His 35 career TD tosses ties him with Michael Bevington atop the list. Last week, he extended his single-season touchdown pass record with his 17th passing score of the year. He's also 7th in career rushing touchdowns with 27 and 4th in career passing yards, needing just 9 yards tonight to move into 3rd place, passing Antonio Caroscia. Tonight's contest is the first ever meeting between CVCA and East. The Dragons are the 74th unique opponent in CVCA history. This will be the 6th time overall the Royals have matched up with a team from the Akron City Series, and the 2nd time this season. The Royals defeated Garfield in Week 4, 56-0, and East defeated the Golden Rams, or rather they defeated the Golden Rams 32-12 on October the 24th. The head coaches tonight, we told you about Marcus Hayes. He's in his 14th year as the Dragons head coach, and he's 82-66 overall to go along with that 4-7 playoff mark. CVCA's head coach is Nick Cook. He's in his 5th year on the Royals sideline. Overall, 40-16 is his record at CVCA. He sports a career record of 69-49. Cook came to CVCA in 2021 after rebuilding the Chicago Christian High School program in Illinois, a program that won the Illinois State Championship a year ago. Cook founded and coached 1 season early in his career with the Grove City Christian in Franklin County here in Ohio. And on the west sideline, or west end zone area of the stadium, the Akron East Dragons are entering the stadium. And the Akron East Dragons marching band has made the trip, playing the fight song on the far side. And the Royals come out of the east end zone, and here they come. For the final time this season at Royal Stadium, the Royals make their entrance. About 2 minutes away from kickoff here tonight at Royal Stadium. Be sure to follow us on social media by searching for the social media hashtag handle at CVCA Livestream. You can find us on X, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And if you're watching us tonight on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the CVCA Livestream YouTube channel to ensure that you are aware of all future broadcast information of our coverage of CVCA athletics. The weather tonight should not be a factor one bit. It's pretty good, actually. Mostly cloudy at kickoff, 47 degrees, light winds out of the southwest, about as perfect as one could ask for in mid-November. It's a great night for football on the east side of Cuyahoga Lake Road. The injury report tonight for CVCA, the Royals are healthy. Starting tackle, right tackle Gabe Kautzman returns tonight from an upper body injury that cost him the last 3 games, and the starting offensive line for the Royals is intact for the first time since Week 5 at Boardman. For East, we mentioned Dante Swain Jr. missed 2 straight games. We'll see if he returns to the lineup tonight. The teams have taken to the field, and we are ready for football, playoff football, on a Friday night. And East will be kicking the ball away to CVCA. The Royals will have it first. The Akron East Dragons visiting tonight. Black bottoms, white tops, the East red numerals, the red helmets, and they will go left to right. The Royals all black here at Royal Stadium will go right to left. Black bottoms, black tops, royal blue numerals ensconced in white. The black helmet with the blue and white stripe, and the CVCA Blue Lion logo on the side. 12 minutes is on the clock, 48 minutes to play tonight. Playoff football, we're glad you've joined us. We're ready to go here on a Friday night in mid-November. Tim Nichols along with you for the CVCA Livestream crew. We're glad you're here. The numbers keep rising. We had a record audience last week. Expect we might equal it or break it tonight. The Dragons about ready to kick the ball away. The place kicker is Lamarion Brown, a senior, 6 foot 170, back deep for the Royals. Joey Kopech, and I believe Zach Anderson. And the ball is booted. It's a short kick and it goes straight to an up back. The Royals will have a good return across the 40-yard line, and CVCA will have good field position to start this one tonight on offense. Wesley Keeler was the up back who fielded that ball, and he'll be the one who gets things started for the Royals tonight. CVCA takes the field, and Charlie Levac, for the last time here at Royal Stadium, has been the starting quarterback since week number 2 of his sophomore season. Will start out under center. The Royals and that wing T base offense will start out from the 42-yard line. Levac under center, tight formation for the Royals. Handoff left side, good run, good pull, and a gain of about 11 yards in the first play of the game. Nick Schober gets the first carry of the night for the Royals, the senior, number 5. You get to watch the replay from field level. You see a pancake block right there on the start of the game. The Royals' offensive line means business. So 1st and 10 from the Royals into Akron East territory on the second play of the game from the 47-yard line. This time right side, it is Zach Anderson across the 45-yard line and down inside to the 43. He'll pick up about 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. Take a look at the CVCA offensive starters here in just a moment after the replay. We'll take it on the next play as they're coming up to the line right here. 2nd and a long 5 for the Royals. Keeping it on the ground, they spread Braden Harris out wide to the left. He doesn't touch it. The Royals run it again. 1st down and 10 for CVCA inside the 35-yard line. Joey Kopech gets his first touch of the night down to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. So far, CVCA moving at will. Another bruising run. Looks like Kopech down across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5 more yards. 2nd down and 5. And now we'll get a look at the CVCA offensive starters. Levac, Nick Schober, Joey Kopech, Zach Anderson, Carter Walkley, and Braden Harris. The skill positions up front, Brady Martin, Eli Brown, Josiah Newmeyer, Ben Truax, and Gabe Kautzman. Again, that starting lineup, offensive line intact for the first time since the Boardman game. 2nd down and 5 from the 30-yard line. Single receiver up top. Levac's going to roll to his right. He'll keep it, trying to outrun. Cuts up field. He's going to get the first down as he juked a couple defenders. Levac made something out of nothing. He gained about 7 yards, maybe 8. They'll move the sticks again as Levac did pick up 8 yards. You see it right here. Down the side he came and cut up field. Taken down by number 4. That's Levance Bratton. Encroaching on the red zone are the Royals here as we take a look. We'll get a look at the defense for Akron East here in just a moment. After this play. Another 1st down for the Royals. First drive of the night. Started on the 42-yard line of their CVCA Royals. Now they're inside the red zone after this run. A short pickup. It's Wesley Keeler on the carry for the Royals. Now we'll take a look at the defensive starters. Up front, Latrell Allen, Nasir West, and Marcus Henderson II. The linebackers, Terrell Kareem Jr., John Jeffries, Ramel Taylor, and Lawrence Cherry Jr. And in the secondary for East, Terrell Wharton Jr., Levance Bratton, Anthony Felding, and Emmanuel Jefferson. 2nd down and 8 after a short 2-yard gain for Keeler. 20-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Single man in motion. They're going to run left side across the 20, down inside the 15, still going across the 10-yard line. A pickup of 10 for the Royals. It's 1st down and goal. Joey Kopech again on the carry. You see Joey hit the hole and get past the first hit. He's got it on the 10, so it's 1st down and goal from just inside that 10-yard line. Royals threatening here to take the lead early. Levac pitches. Kopech again. Across the 5 toward the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, CVCA. The Royals strike first, and it's Joey Kopech into the end zone for the 13th time this season. 6-0 CVCA, 7:53 to go here in the first quarter. And now Luke McQuillan, one for the record books if he boots this through. .53 of 54 in the season for McQuillan. High snap, but they get it down. The kick is up, and it splits the uprights. It is good. The Royals are up 7-0. 7:53 left in the first quarter. And here's the replay once again. 10-yard touchdown run for Kopech. First man to touch him was number 51. King Arthur Love, but he was 2 yards deep in the end zone, and East will play from behind here. The Royals jump out in front once again. CVCA has dominated teams in the first half of games this season. They have outscored their opponents in the first half 322-30. East is going to have to buck up, and they're going to have to match CVCA score for score. They're going to stay in this one. McQuillan comes out. He'll take care of the kickoff duties as well. The kickoff returners for the East Dragons. Anthony Felding, number 8. And Terrell Kareem Jr., number 3. Although East has scouted CVCA and they know that they feign this onside kick every single time. They do it again right there, and now the Dragons drop back into a return formation. Actually, back deep is number 1, Emmanuel Jefferson. He's the only one back deep, expecting the Royals to pooch it, and they line drive it down. It ricochets off of one of the upbacks. He has to retrieve it back in the 15-yard line. He's scrambling. It looks like that is Levance Bratton, number 4. He doesn't get much, if anything, on that return, and East is going to have a long field to go here in their first possession.
Levance Bratton on the return for East. Brought down by number 25 of the Royals, senior Evan Wenzel.
Evan Wenzel, one of those 17 seniors in there on the tackle on special teams for CVCA. They marked the ball on the 16-yard line, first down and 10 for East. And we'll get our first chance to take a look at the quarterback for these Dragons, Marlon Engram Jr. The Dragons pass it more than they run it, although they have a good running back, as we mentioned in the pregame, in Lawrence Cherry. And it is Cherry who flanks his quarterback to his right. He'll get the first carry, going far side. Wrestled out of bounds, does not get much, if anything, on the first carry. He went east and west as opposed to north and south. He's going to lose a couple yards. Tommy Kopech in there on the tackle. Loss of 1 officially. And you watch it here from field level. Kopech right in there from his linebacker spot. Second and 11 for the Dragons. Trips to the near side, single receiver up top. Engram will throw. It's complete on a crossing pattern, and it's going to be a first down for the Dragons. Out across the 30-yard line. And the leading receiver makes the catch, Terrell Wharton Jr. 17 yards on the pickup. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. Good. So now 4 receivers to the near side. And now both Emmanuel Jefferson and Cherry shift into the backfield, and it's a run. Short gain on the far side. Looks like that was Jefferson on the carry. He'll pick up 1. Tommy Kopech in there on the tackle once again. Second and 9 for the Dragons as we approach the midway mark of the first quarter. The Royals lead 7-0 on a 10-yard Joey Kopech run. Touchdown. Once again, trips to the near side, single receiver up top out of the shotgun. Engram will look to throw, rolls to his right, throws, long pass, and it is too far for number 1, Emmanuel Jefferson, out on the pattern. In there on the coverage was Joey Kopech.
Pass intended for number 1, Emmanuel Jefferson. Incomplete.
We'll take a look at the offensive starters for East after you watch this replay, if we get a moment. And we will. It's Ingram, Cherry, Jefferson. We mentioned their names already. Wharton got a catch already. Felding and Terrell Kareem Jr. at the skill spots. Up front, Sean Eccles, Nasir West, Julius Vickers, Marcus Henderson, and King Arthur Love. That's the starting lineup for these East Dragons on 3rd down and 9. Ingram will look to throw once again. He's got time. He's going to go long. Lost it. Downfield, but too far. Flag is down, and it looks like they may get the Royals. We'll wait for the call.
Pass intended for number 1, Emmanuel Jefferson.
And they are going to call pass interference against CVCA.
Flag on the play is pass interference against the Royals.
Offensive pass interference against the Royals will be an automatic 1st down. And so they'll move the chains out to the 48-yard line.
First and 10 for the Dragons.
So the Dragons get a break on that 3rd down and long play. Ball is spotted just shy of midfield at the East 48-yard line. Down to 5:40 here to go in the first quarter. Anger with a pair of backs in the backfield, and they're going to run it. Again, not much there in that Royals defense. CVCA allowing just 73 yards a game rushing on defense. Joey Kopech in there on the tackle. They'll give him 1, 2nd and 9.
On the D-line for the Royals tonight, number 53, Paul Tepley, number 57,
Take a look at the Royals defense. Up front, it's Dirk Geiger, Mason Fry, and Paul Tepley. Geiger and Tepley have been menaces in the backfield this season. A pair of Kopechs on the outside, flanking Wesley Keeler and Reed Jones at the linebacker spot. And in the secondary for the Royals, Braden Harris, Nick Schober, Nathan Cook, and Zach Anderson. 2nd and 9. Ingram under pressure, and he's going to be brought down for a sack. It's Paul Tepley. We just mentioned him, saying he was a menace, and he proves it right there. It's a loss of 8 yards. You watch Tepley from the right side, and he just breaks through. And Ingram eats it, has to swallow the ball. Can't do much there, and now it's 3rd and 17 from the 41-yard line. The Dragons need the CVCA 42 to continue the drive. Play clock winding down, and they're going to have to burn a timeout here. Just 4 seconds left. And they do. Timeout on the field. Timeout for Akron East, and they're going to have to talk it over. Head coach Marcus Hayes calls that timeout. And at the first break of the first quarter, we're going to have a chance to talk about and thank our Power Meal sponsor. The Power Meal program continues with Team 30 with a local restaurant providing the Royals with a meal on the day before the game. I want to thank Wing Warehouse just down the road from CVCA at 4165 Cuyahoga Lake Road. Wing Warehouse is a family sports bar and grill with great food and drinks and the best entertainment around. And did we mention those wings? With a large selection of wing sauces, your taste buds will be booming. There's something for everyone at Wing Warehouse, so stop on down this weekend to Wing Warehouse in Cuyahoga Falls. When you do, be sure to thank them for their support of Royals football and the Royals Power Meal program. So the timeout taken. Head coach Marcus Hayes has had a chance to talk to his squad on the far sideline, and they need to dial up a long conversion here. 3rd and 17. Trailing 7-0, the Royals up early. First drive of the night, out of the shotgun. Ingram will look to throw. He's going to loft it deep down the near sideline, and it is incomplete. No flags on that play. The Royals defensive back right there had the best position on that ball. That was Nick Schober. Incomplete, and it's 4th down. You get a chance to watch it right here on the replay. And you can see that actually it was Zach Anderson, number 8. Schober is number 6. Anderson had the best position, kind of being held, or he was kind of being held. But there was no call, as there was 3 plays ago when the pass interference call went against CVCA. But right now, it's punting time. And back deep to punt is Terrell Wharton Jr. for East. He gets the snap. The kick is off, but there is a flag down, and so we'll see what the call is here.
Flag on the play. False start.
And it's a false start against East. And so 4th and 17 becomes 4th and 22. Back deep for the Royals. Looks like it's number 8, Zach Anderson. He's the only one deep. Wharton will stand on his own 21-yard line. Again, he gets the snap. Big rush. Gets it away. It's a wobbly kick, and it's going to bounce. No return on this one. It'll be down by Emmanuel Jefferson Jr. at the 36-yard line. Rather, Emmanuel Jefferson. There are a lot of juniors on this Akron East squad. He is not one of them. So Mr. and Mrs. Jefferson, I apologize for that. And apologize to you, Emmanuel. Royals will take over 1st down and 10 from the 36-yard line, leading 7-0. So the East drive gets a couple of 1st downs, but then bogs down. The big sack by Paul Tepley put East behind the sticks, and now the Royals will come back out leading 7-0, looking for more here. 3:48 to go here in the 1st quarter. Once again out of the wing T formation from the 36-yard line. Royals will run it. Fumble, the ball is down, and it's still loose, and the Royals are going to recover but lose a lot of yards. That was a misplayed handoff. The Royals are lucky to get that one back. And East with a great opportunity right there, but the player from the Dragons tried to pick the ball up and run with it rather than fall on it. The Royals recover. Officially, it's going to be a loss of 11 yards on that play. So 2nd down and 21 for CVCA. They'll run it again. Kopech is going to get part of that back near the 35-yard line. He'll pick up 10. 3rd down and 11 for the Royals. Lawrence Cherry took Kopech down. And we'll see what the Royals dial up on 3rd and 11. They don't put it in the air often, but they've got a pair of receivers out on the far side. Anderson and Harris. Shotgun formation for the first time tonight for Levac. Quick pass far side, complete to Zach Anderson. He's going to try and juke a couple of players. He's going to get part of it back, still on his feet. He's going to come up shy, but it'll be 4th and makeable. If you're tuning into Royals football for the first time tonight, the Royals don't punt often. In fact, they've only punted 5 times this entire season. We are in game number 11 for CVCA. 2 of those punts occurred last week in the 4th quarter with the JV in the game. The offense stays on the field. Head coach Nick Cook confident in that offense. 4th down and 4 officially. CVCA this year 13 of 21 on 4th down. But they're going to drop back, and they will punt it away. Nobody back to field it, and they're going to play the field position game. The ball is bouncing toward the end zone. Can they catch up with it? No. It carries it into the end zone, and so it is going to be a touchback. Harris, or will they? No, they'll mark it down on the 1-yard line. The rule in high school is different than it is in college or the NFL. The ball is dead when it is touched, and so that ball is downed on the 1-yard line. A huge switch in field position for CVCA right there. So the fumble, costly to the Royals' drive, but the sixth punt of the year, perhaps the best one, it pins Akron East deep on their own 1 yard line with a minute 38 to go in the first quarter. So the good news for Akron East is that they stopped the Royals. The bad news is they start this drive 99 yards away from a touchdown to tie the game. Out of the shotgun, out of their own end zone, it's Ingram, flanked by Charity. He's going to get tackled in the end zone. It's a safety for the Royals. 2 points go on the board for CVCA. Reed Jones, the first one in the backfield to make that tackle, and the running back, Lawrence Cherry Jr., had no chance. And so the punt down to the 1 yard line pays dividends for the Royals. They score 2 points. Does the defense, and they'll get the ball right back on the free kick. So the free kick after the safety will take place in the 25 yard line, I believe. And the Dragons have the option to either punt it or kick off. Royals have their kickoff coverage unit out on the field. It's Kopech and Anderson, and they've got themselves set up on their own 35 yard line. And East will kick off, and out to receive the ball and put it on the tee is Lamarion Brown. Brown's first one was a line drive kickoff. It was fielded by Wesley Keeler. Keeler is sitting on the 50, or standing on the 50 yard line. Brown runs up to the ball, and he pooches this one. It's fielded on the east side of the field. The return still going down to the 36 yard line, perhaps the 37. Tommy Kopech fielded that one. The Royals up 9-0, and they'll have great field position here with $1:26 to go here in the first quarter. Officially, the 37 yard line is where they'll line up. A pair of backs in the backfield, Levac under center, Harris up top on the hash. Near side run, big hole for the Royals, Zach Anderson.
Junior Zach Anderson on the carry for the Royals, brought down by number 4, Levance Bratton.
You watch it again from field level. Anderson cut up field. First one to him was Levance Bratton, but not before Anderson picked up 5. Big hole for Kopech. He's close to the first down. It looks like he may be a half yard short. They're going to give him the first down.
That's good for another Royals first down.
Enough yards for the first down, and the Royals will have perhaps one more play here in the first quarter, leading 9-0. They'll run it near side. Good pursuit by Akron East on that play. Nick Schober on the carry, taken down by Lawrence Cherry Jr. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. 12 minutes in the books. The Royals have a touchdown and a safety And after one period of play, it's CVCA 9 and Akron East nothing. As we hit the first quarter break, we want to remind you that we are ending year number 6 tonight of CVCA Royals football coverage. It's broadcast number 166 or 67. I've lost count. We'll retally it again as the end of the football season, but we've done a lot of games. What began during COVID has become a tradition, but it is not free. The video equipment, software expenses, and audio upgrades cost thousands of dollars each football season. Historically, this team has absorbed all those costs, but last year we partnered with CVCA for the first time to allow you to give directly to help offset these expenses. Your gifts to support CVCA Livestream are tax deductible. We are 100% volunteer staffing. We never take a dime, but we do have to pay for the equipment and the streaming costs that come along with these broadcasts. Professional production, 100% volunteer staffing. Simply scan the QR code or visit the link on your screen and note CVCA Livestream in the comments when you make your donation. We thank you for watching, and we thank you for your support of CVCA Livestream. Second quarter about to begin here. The Royals are going to have second down and 10 after a stop for no gain on the final play of the first quarter. The line of scrimmage is the 27-yard line. We'll get a look at the first quarter stats perhaps after this play. Royals moving left to right. Single man in motion. They're going to follow that lead block. Not much there again. A short gain down to the 25-yard line. And it'll be third and long for CVCA. Joey Kopech on that carry. Emmanuel Jefferson in there on the tackle. Charlie Levac has yet to put it in the air. We'll see if they call for a pass play on this third down and 9 play from the 25. His favorite receiver is Harris, who lines up just near the numbers. And a receiver in the slot as well on the near side. Out of the shotgun, Levac rolls to his right. He looks, he throws, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Harris. A drop. So it's fourth down. And now a decision for CVCA. Luke McQuillan has not attempted a field goal this season. He does have a good leg, but on fourth down and 9, the offense stays on the field once again. Levac hurries back into the huddle. Play clock under 10. Now under 5. Royals still trying to get in position, and they're going to call timeout. Timeout, CVCA. Their first of the first half, and that'll give a chance for the Royals to talk it over. It'll give us a chance to look at those first quarter stats. We'll bring them up for you. 9-0 Royals, 75 yards to 9 in that first quarter. The Royals 67 yards on the ground, -8 for Akron East. -1 on the safety, which gave the Royals a couple of points and made it the 9-0 margin. One completion for Marlon Ingram. It was 17 yards to Wharton and 15 penalty yards on the pass interference for the Royals. So 9-0 after one quarter, and fourth down coming up for the Royals. Mentioned before, the Royals hadn't put it in the air. They did complete one pass in the first quarter. Levac officially 1 for 2. It was Zach Anderson on an 8-yard completion in the first quarter. This time they split out a receiver on the far side, a pair of receivers on the near side. Levac rolls to his right, throws, and this one is short and incomplete, and the Royals turn it over on downs. East holds. The Royals started out with great field position but cannot capitalize after the good return and the safety. And for the second time tonight, East turns away CVCA. So the Royals just 1 for 3 on their 3 possessions. A touchdown, a punt, and a turnover on downs. So far, the East defense doing what it needs to do to keep themselves in the game. We'll see if the offense can get on track here for Akron East. The Royals defense, as we mentioned, has just been absolutely outstanding this season. But right now it's Marlon Ingram back out at quarterback. 1,919 yards passing this season for Ingram. He's got multiple receivers in the pattern. He completes this one. It's fumbled, and it's going to be recovered by CVCA, a turnover. The catch was made, but then the ball just dropped on the turf. Zach Anderson on the fumble recovery. It was a high play. Catching up with it on the camera here, it looks like we didn't catch it too well. Number 3, it looks like for East, Terrell Kareem Jr. on the catch and the fumble. And so the Royals, who just a moment ago turned it over on downs, get it right back on the very first play. CVCA with another excellent opportunity and plus field position. They'll take over on the 21-yard line. Pitch play, cutting up field, across the 10 to the 5, touchdown Royals. It's Wesley Keeler, 21 yards to the house. And just like that, the Royals capitalize, and they go up 2 scores. For Wesley Keeler, it is touchdown run number 8 on the season. CVCA leads 15-0. A costly turnover for the Dragons and Terrell Kareem Jr. And CVCA makes them pay. McQuillan. And we've got unabated to the, not the quarterback, but unabated to the holder. Flag is down. And they're going to call the kicking team off the field as they go half the distance to the goal on the offsides play. And they're going to go for 2, I believe. So they're going to spot the ball on the 1-yard line. And the offense is back. Levac under center. Right up the middle. The 2-point conversion is good. Wesley Keeler with the touchdown. Wesley Keeler with the 2-point conversion. 17-0. So the Royals capitalize on that turnover. And they lead this one 17-0. The mistakes compounding for East. And CVCA up 17-0 already. Kickoff is away, and it's a long kickoff fielded by East. And the running back, Manuel Jefferson, with the return out across the 30-yard line to about the 31.
Jefferson on the return for East. Brought down by the Royals, number 53, Paul Tepley.
Paul Tepley down there on the tackle. 32-yard line is where the Dragons will set up, and they are in a hole now. Empty in the backfield this time for Ingram. 5 in the pattern. Quick pass, far side, complete. Looks like Jefferson on the catch. Short gain, though. It's a pickup of just 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
Ingram's pass, Jefferson complete. Brought down by number 8 of the Royals, Zach Anderson.
Zach Anderson in on the tackle. 2nd down and 8. 17-0 CVCA on top. Trips to the near side. Again, empty. A pair of receivers on up top. Ingram looking to throw. Long pass again. He's got a man open down there, and it is caught. Big play for the Dragons. Their first big play of the contest. All the way down to the 28-yard line. And again, it's Emmanuel Jefferson with speed. A huge play. And Jefferson on the linebacker. Kopech had a step on him. And a big gainer. 32 yards. Down to the 28-yard line. 1st down and 10 in Royals territory. Ingram will throw again. Looking left, and he's got pressure. Gets out of it. Flag is down. And this one's going to come back. It'll be a short gain, but flag in the backfield, typically in the area where there's holding. The referees tonight, Anthony Montana is the referee, and he's got the signal. It's a face mask, actually, so. This one's going to go against CVCA. And so another big play goes against the Royals here. They mark it off on the spot, and so it's going to be a rare 1st down and 1. Line of scrimmage is the 19-yard line. East looking to try and cash in for the first time tonight. Down 17-0, but in the red zone. This empty backfield formation has been working. Ingram looks, throws across the middle, and that one is to no one in particular. The nearest player to it for East was Emmanuel Jefferson. It was behind him. And Ingram, who has 8 interceptions on the season, lucky to get that one back. 2nd down and 1. The line of scrimmage is the 19-yard line. This time trips far sides, pair receivers near side. Ingram's going to run it. Dips back in toward the line of scrimmage, and a little extracurricular in the backfield there. No harm, no foul. Ingram was tackled shy of the line of scrimmage. No gain. It's 3rd down and 1. You watch Ingram here. And in on the tackle for CVCA was number 57, Bennett McCubbin. So 3rd and 1. It has to be 4-down territory for Marcus Hayes and the Dragons. Once again, winner goes to the regional final for the first time in school history. Royals fans coming to their feet on the near side. 3rd down and 1 from the 19. This time, Cherry joins his quarterback in the backfield, lines up right behind him, and a flag is down. Delay of game. 3rd and 1, and East is going to go march back 5 yards. A crucial penalty right here. Now it'll be 3rd down and 6. A short conversion now becomes a little bit more challenging. And this is definitely 4-down territory because the East Dragons do not have a place kicker. If they should score, we expect them to go for 2 every single time tonight. So there will be no field goal try. 3rd and 6 from the 24-yard line. Home crowd stomping on the bleachers. And a timeout. Timeout. Marcus Hayes wants to talk about it. So as we hit the timeout break here, we're going to talk about our friends at Farinacci Pizza. CVCA Livestream would like to thank the good folks at Farinacci Pizza in Hudson for providing our pregame meal today. A local favorite since 1971. Dough made fresh daily, 100% real cheese, natural seasonings, nothing frozen. Be sure to visit and taste for yourself. It's the Farinacci family recipe that dates back to the early 1900s, just the way Grandma Farinacci made it. Dedication to consistency comes from the roots of the Farinacci family heritage. Be sure to seize the opportunity to share in the tradition of Farinacci Pizza. 3 locations to serve you in Hudson, Brecksville, and Northfield. Visit Farinacci Pizza this weekend or check them out online at farinaccipizza.com. Right now we're going to check out a big 3rd down play for the Akron East Dragons. They've got 2 tries to make 6 yards and keep this drive going. The line of scrimmage is the 24-yard line after the penalty for delay of game. Empty backfield again. And a flag down. They may have gotten the Royals to jump. We'll see. No, it's a false start. 5 more yards and 3rd and 6 becomes 3rd and 11. The Dragons going the wrong direction. They had 1st down and 1 after a CVCA face mask penalty. Got nothing on 2nd down, got nothing on 3rd down, and they've gone backwards with a pair of penalties. It's 3rd and 11 from the 29-yard line. This time, Ingram lines up with Cherry to his right. He's going to drop back and throw toward the end zone. Nobody out there but Braden Harris, and he's lucky that Harris couldn't catch up to that one. 6 interceptions on the season. 2 a week ago, and Harris was looking for his 7th right there. So now it's 4th down. The big 32-yard pass from Ingram to Emmanuel Jefferson set up East. And then a face mask penalty for CVCA on the very next play gave them a huge opportunity in the red zone, but now they're backed up to the 29-yard line. It is 4th down and 11. They need the 18 of the Royals to keep this drive going. 7:38 left in the 2nd quarter. Royals already leading 17-0. Once again, 8 left in the 2nd quarter. Royals already leading 17-0. Once again, 4 in the formation and another flag. It'll be delay of game again. Just a traumatic set of events for the Dragons. Delay of game, false start, delay of game. And now both teams have gone to their sidelines. I've not seen a signal for a timeout. Both teams still have.
They must have gave him one.
It is a timeout, Akron East. So wipe the penalty off. It'll be 4th and 11 again. That is the final timeout of the first half for the Dragons. East struggling just to get the plays off. So it is 4th and 11. Ingram in the backfield to his right. Cherry, he's under pressure. Quarterback draw. He's going to have a chance. Will he get there? No, he's going to be short. A good run on the QB draw, but he needed 11. He got 8, and it's a turnover on down. CVCA should take over.
To the Royals, Reed Jones.
And there's the signal. 1st down, Royals.
Turnover on down. The Royals ball.
The East drive bogs down, and the Royals will take over and turn back the Dragons. From the 19-yard line, CVCA takes over. Run play to the near side, and a gain of about 5 yards. CVCA has done the work on the ground tonight. 88 yards so far. We'll take a look at the Royals' offensive line as we come back here. Martin, Brown, Newmeyer, Truax, and Kautzman, all with honors this season. And we'll get it back up there again after this play. We mentioned before it's the first time they've been together since week 5. There have been a pair of injuries in that offensive line, but they're all healthy now. 2nd down and 5 for the Royals. Good defensive play that time by the man with 15 Division I offers, Terrell Wharton Jr., a tackle for loss. Wesley Keeler on the carry. We'll take a look at that graphic again. So again, Martin, Brown, Newmeyer, Truax, and Kautzman. Kautzman returning tonight after missing the last 3 games. Eli Brown was out earlier this season for a handful of games as well. But all of them receiving some type of first or second team honor in the North Coast Conference this season. The Royals' running game has been excellent this season. They have rushed for 3,250 yards coming into tonight. 3rd down for the Royals. Pass play, and it is incomplete. Out in the pass pattern with Dirk Geiger, and the Royals are likely going to have to punt again. So for the 3rd time tonight, East turning away the Royals, who are unable to sustain a drive. The Royals have scored touchdowns on 2/3 of their drives this season. They have possessed the ball coming into tonight, 87 different drives. They scored touchdowns 58 times. That's 67%. But tonight, not the case. Just 2 of 5. And it's Levac back to kick. They have to run a player on in the kicking formation. It's Nathan Cook. The kick is booted away, and it's going to bounce. It'll be returnable, though, from the 31-yard line. It's Jefferson. Jefferson cuts upfield, gets to the 39, and he's pounded down by the Royals coverage team. And you've got one of the Royals down on the back of the play, getting up slowly. And limping off, but able to get to the sideline. Looks like it was Dongino Bickley who came up a little bit gimpy. That was just the 3rd punt of the season for Levac, the 4th punt of the season for the varsity. Make that the 5th since they punted once in the 1st quarter as well. So East doing something that no one else has been able to do this season, make the CVCA varsity team punt. So the Dragons start out from the 39-yard line. Ingram throws out to the far side, flags are down again. And we've got a false start against the Dragons. They'll march him back 5 yards. It's the 5th penalty of the night against East. 5 penalties for 22 yards. Once again, the officials tonight, Anthony Montana, the referee, the umpire, Eric Marino, the linesman, Terry Swagger, the line judge, Pat Montana, the back judge, Joshua Fritz, and the center judge, John Patton. Those are the gentlemen that have been called upon to officiate tonight's contest. 1st down and 15 yards to go for the Dragons. And another penalty coming, delay of game. It is shocking.
We'll do it again, 1st down.
Where we are positioned in the small confines of the CVCA press box, the visiting coaches are right above us, and they are frustrated, banging on the floor. They are self-inflicting their own wounds right here. First down and 20. Just past the midway mark of the second quarter. Ingram will look to throw again. Tunnel screen completed on the far side, and it's going to break. This one could go. It's a race to the 40, 30, down to the 20-yard line. A huge pickup for the Dragons. Emmanuel Jefferson again. 52 yards on the pickup. Joey Kopech with a touchdown-saving tackle. And once again, the Dragons are down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. They were down here a moment ago, got no further after a host of penalties. Emmanuel Jefferson showing off some speed. Not once, but multiple times. He is a threat. Ingram looks to throw. Pumps, looks again, throws across the middle, and incomplete. Second down and 10. And looking for Jefferson once again. Ingram adding to his totals. He's got to be over 2,000 now. 98 yards passing tonight. He had 19 coming in, so I'm not good at math, but that's 2017. He's over 2,000. A fantastic senior season for Marlon Ingram Jr. But can he convert here? Out of timeouts, the play clock rolling down to 10. Still looking to the sideline. And now the play clock stopped at 12 and they reset it to 25. So the officials whistle the ball into play, and here we go. Second down and 10 from the 19-yard line of the Royals. 17-0 CVCA. Ingram will throw. Near side pass. And into the end zone, and the corner incomplete. Jumping up and down, frustrated, was Terrell Wharton Jr. He wanted a flag. He will not get it. It's third down. You can watch and judge for yourself in the corner here. Braden Harris on the coverage. And the referee right there signaled incomplete. No flag. Third down and 10.
Royal fans, it's third down.
Big play coming up. Second time in the red zone. No points so far for the Dragons. Ingram with pressure, throws over the middle. It's caught, complete. Bouncing off a tackle was the receiver, number 4, LaVance Bratton, and he gets all the way down to the 2-yard line. 17 yards on the pitch and catch. First down and goal to go. Kopech tried to lay the wood. Bratton just bounced and kept going. Zach Anderson and Nathan Cook there on the tackle. They've marked him down on the 3, so 16 yards officially on that pitch and catch. But for the first time tonight, it's first down and goal to go. East knocking on the door. This team has scored a lot of points this season. They're looking to get into the end zone here against the Royals. Quarterback keeper, and it's going to be short. The Royals defense stands tall. Flag is down on the far side of the play. We'll wait and see what the call is.
Ingram on the keeper for the Dragons. Brought down by number 7, Nathan Cook, and number 9, Dirk Geiger.
Cook and Geiger in on the tackle. Still waiting for any kind of a signal. There was definitely a flag down, but perhaps they've picked it up. And they don't mark off anything, so it's just second down and goal from the 4. Ingram. They'll run it. Flag is down this time for sure. and it was Levance Bratton. He's had a couple of touchdowns in the last couple of weeks. And his first 2 touchdowns of the season against Benedictine in week 11.
Flag on the play is holding against
It's a holding call against the Dragons. And so once again, East does some good things and then they shoot themselves in the foot. The Royals have declined it, however.
Penalty is declined by CVCA.
Nick Cook perhaps knowing that there's no field goal kicker. And so the play is accepted. 3rd down and goal from the 6. The Royals looking for a goal line stand here. It was 1st and goal from the 3. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 6. Ingram in the backfield empty out of the shotgun. He'll throw it. Looking. Still looking. Now he's going to be flushed to his left. Tosses toward the end zone and is knocked away. A great defensive play by CVCA's Braden Harris. It's 4th down. You can watch it again right here. Harris looked and got those long arms outstretched and knocked the ball away from the intended receiver. Now it's 4th down. It says 4th and goal from the 4. We are taking the feed from the scoreboard, but you can see the ball is spotted outside the 5-yard line on the 6. It is 4th down and goal from the 6 officially. And as we said, no place kicker for the East Dragons. They're going to go for it. They just get it off. Flag is down. Pass play is incomplete. We'll wait and see what the flag is. Ingram had a lot of pressure. It's an illegal shift against East, and that will be declined. And the Royals will take over 1st down and 10. Pushing back the Dragons once again. So East gets all the way down to the 3-yard line but cannot convert. CVCA, who has sputtered a bit on offense tonight, scored in their first offensive drive. They had a good drive. They have had to punt 3 different times. We'll see if they can sustain a drive here. 3 minutes and 7 seconds. On the first play, rushing play up the middle, the Royals' bread and butter breaks to the outside. It's a good play. It's a big play. Still going across the 20, out near the 30-yard line. Flag is down, and finally the runner is taken down on the 36-yard line. Wesley Keeler on the carry, all the way to the 31, the 31. And it is a face mask against Akron East. So it's going to be a 27-yard gain and 15 more on the penalty. And so the Royals go from the shadow of their own goalpost all the way out toward midfield. 1st and 10, CVCA from the 36-yard line. Left side run, and it's another good run out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 for CVCA. They'll mark it back to the 44. Nick Schober gets 8 officially. 2nd and 2. Clock runs 2:20. CVCA with a pair of timeouts if they choose to use them. First down for the Royals. Churning forward shy of midfield, but they'll move the sticks on this one. Clock will stop. Zach Anderson moves the chains.
Brought down by number 59, Sean Eccles.
First and 10 for the Royals. from the 48-yard line. Clock runs with 1:43. Levac rolls to his right, looks to pass, now a tuck in and run across the 45 to the 40, still going. Levac with his legs, evades one, 35-30, breaks to the outside. Can Levac get to the end zone? He will be just shy. Charlie Levac with a 51-yard run down to the 1-yard line. In the pregame, we said once a game at least he makes a defensive coordinator shake his head in disbelief, and that was that play right there. You watch it from ground level. Levac wanted to pass, had number 56 chasing him down. That's Marcus Henderson II. He couldn't catch him, and then Levac just weaved and woved his way, scampering all the way down to the 1. The Royals are knocking on the door for another score. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal to go for CVCA. 1 minute to go in the half. Levac rolls to his right, looks, throws, and it is caught. Touchdown, CVCA. Carter Walkley, his second touchdown catch of the year. Walkley is into the end zone, and Charlie Levac is into the record books with that touchdown pass. He is the all-time leading touchdown passing quarterback in CVCA Royals history, breaking the record set by Michael Bevington in 2020. Levac now sits atop that list by himself. McQuillan out to kick the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it is good, and the Royals lead 24-0. A 97-yard drive for CVCA. And here's the replay again. The record breaker, Levac to Carter Walkley. And Charlie Levac is the record holder at CVCA. Touchdown pass number 36 for Levac in his illustrious career here as a CVCA Royals starting quarterback. Royals will kick off with 53 seconds to go here. Make sure you stick around at halftime. We've got a great halftime coming up for you. The Signs 330 halftime report, as we like to call it. We're going to get a chance to talk to CVCA soccer, boys soccer head coach Nick Thompson, who took his team to the state semifinals a week ago. Pooch kick for the Royals, and McQuillan to the near sideline. It's dropped and bounces out of bounds right off the fingertips of Emmanuel Jefferson. So the hole is deeper now for the Dragons, 24-0 CVCA. Also coming up at halftime, we'll have the look at the out-of-town scores. Both marching bands are here. We'll get them for you and some time for you to enjoy the performances they'll have at halftime. Do our traditional This Day in Royals History and take a look at the Royals' athletic achievements throughout the rest of CVCA athletics at halftime. Marcus Ingram fakes the run, is going to run to the right side and keep it himself, and he is going to be leveled after a short gain of about a yard as the clock winds down, 41 seconds to go.
Ingram on the keeper, brought down by number 6, Wesley Keeler, and number 53, Paul Tepley.
Final play, perhaps, of the first half coming up here. And it's a first half of regrets for the Dragons from Akron East. They've had a couple of chances, but penalties has been the story for the Dragons, and CVCA has capitalized. Pitch play, near side run. Jefferson, the speedster, trying to get open into some open field, but gets tripped up, and he's going to be knocked down. He'll pick up 10 on the play, but the clock's going to run out, and that is how we go to the half. 24 minutes in the books here at Royal Stadium, and CVCA leading on their way to the regional final, 24-0 at the half, as the crowd salutes them as they head off to the locker room. As we reach halftime now, we're going to remind you that the Signs 330 halftime report begins right now. Halftime at Royal Stadium, the score is 24-0. We've got an outstanding lineup, as we mentioned just before the half started. Both the CVCA and Akron East marching bands are here. The out-of-town scoreboard is coming up, as well as our regular segments like Royals at the Next Level in this day in Royals history, plus Nick Thompson, the CVCA boys soccer head coach. But first, we're going to pause right now for a word from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. And we're at halftime here at Royal Stadium with the Royals leading 24-0. The best way to understand the CVCA difference is to spend some time here to visit our community with students, families, faculty, and staff. We encourage you to plan a visit here at Royal Stadium, Come to Royal Stadium next year when we're back here at Royal Stadium. But in the meantime, come visit CVCA. Applications for the 2026-27 school year are available now online at cvcaroyals.org/apply. The Akron East Marching Band is heading out on the field, and we're going to get a look at out-of-town scores in a few moments, but it looks like the East Marching Band is playing to the east sideline. So as much as we'd love to give you a view and give you a listen, we're going to go right into the halftime out-of-town scoreboard. And here's the Division III playoff look. And the game that we're paying attention to, VASJ and Canfield, that is the game. The winner tonight will play the winner of that game. The number one seed Canfield at home is getting blanked at halftime, or almost halftime, late second quarter, and VASJ is up 22-0. VSJ put 61 points on the board last week in the first half against Maple Heights, and it looks like it'll be the Royals and VSJ, if the scores hold, for the regional championship next week at a site to be determined. So make sure you're following CVCA Livestream and CVCA Athletics on social media, and that announcement for the site of next week's game will come to you as quickly as it's available. Elsewhere in Division 3, so far this evening, the other 6 games, Rocky River in Region 10 leading Buckeye 28-21 at the half. Also in Region 10, Central Catholic, that's Toledo Central Catholic, a powerhouse perennially, 28-0 leading the second seed, Wapakoneta, up big. And so it would be Rocky River and Central Catholic out of Toledo if those scores hold. In Division 3, Region 11, Bishop Watterson up big over Tri-Valley, 35-0 at the half. Looks like they're going to set up a 1-2 matchup if the scores hold. Licking Valley leading the Big Red from Steubenville, 14-0 in the second quarter. Competitive game in Region 12, Jackson and London tied up at halftime, 14-all. And the other game in Region 12, Tippecanoe, the 2 seed over Hamilton-Baden, the 3 seed, 10-3. One North Coast Conference team still remaining in addition to CVCA. That's the Lake Catholic, the Cougars, and they're in a dogfight, a defensive battle with Glenville. The 3 seed Lake Catholic Cougars leading Glenville 3-0 at the half. Taking a look at that Region 9 bracket, we'll bring that up next. And you can see how it started. First round games, Canfield, Kenston, VSJ Maple Heights, CVCA Geneva, Hawken, and East. It was the 1, 4, 2, and 6 teams that advanced. And as you saw a moment ago, it is VSJ up big over Canfield, looking to move into the regional finals slot. And CVCA up 24-0 at the half against Akron East, rather. Got VSJ on the mind. The Royals and VSJ have played a couple of times back in 2019, I believe it was. They opened the season up at VSJ's home field up in Euclid, and the Royals came away with the victory in that contest in 2021. They were supposed to play in 2020. That game was canceled due to COVID. They did play in 2021, and it was VSJ who came away with the victory in the very first game of the Nick Cook coaching era, that is. It looks like a third game in the CVCA VSJ series could be on the docket as soon as next week if these scores hold tonight. And we will go into the North Coast Conference standings. They have not changed. CVCA won the North Coast Conference this year. Congratulations to the Royals, a perfect 9-0 regular season record. That record is 10-0 and on its way to 11-0 if the Royals can hold on tonight. Lake Catholic, as we mentioned, the only other team left standing, finished 8-2. NDCL and Holy Name did make the playoffs. Elyria, Catholic, and Padua have to fight again next year. That's it for the out-of-town scoreboard here at halftime. Once again, it is CVCA leading 24-0 here at the half. Continue on here at halftime and look at the CVCA athletic highlights. The hockey season got underway tonight and is still going. The CVCA hockey team opened up the evening at the pond, skating against Chagrin Falls tonight. And it looks like after 2 periods, it is Chagrin Falls 4 and CVCA 3. Still 1 period to go tonight. The quest for the Barron Cup is underway. New head coach David Vanderveer takes over for Doug Fairchild, who retired at the end of last season. Vanderveer elevated to head coach after 1 season as an assistant. Following tonight's game, the Royals will skate again on Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m. against Solon in Gilmore at the Gilmore Ice Arena on Sunday. The opener at the Dan in Garfield Heights is 1 week from tonight against Aurora. CVCA Livestream has been a mainstay of CVCA hockey games for the last 5 years, and we'll have coverage again this winter, but with football season running long, we won't be at the rink until December. But make sure you're following us on social media at CVCA Livestream. Be sure to subscribe to the CVCA Livestream YouTube channel so you can always be informed about the broadcast schedule. Cross country sent 5 runners, or had 5 runners receive all-state honors this season. Congratulations to Alex Ott, Andrew Clark, Isaac Solomon, and Zach Anamasaris on the boys' side and Logan Romanini on the girls' side. The rest of the winter sports are in preseason mode and don't start playing games until December. Be sure, again, you follow CVCA Athletics on social media at CVCA Athletics on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and never miss a moment of CVCA Athletics news. Speaking of CVCA Athletic news, if you weren't paying attention, we can only hope you did not miss the run that the CVCA boys soccer team made to the state semifinals this fall. The team capped an outstanding regular season by winning the 11th regional championship in program history, but the first since 2014 in a thrilling 2-1 win against Marlington on November 2nd. The Royals finished 17-3-2, went an amazing 72 days without absorbing a loss until bowing out of the playoffs in overtime against Aurora in the Division III state semifinals. Truly a spectacular season. And now I am pleased to be joined at halftime with CVCA boys soccer head coach Nick Thompson. Nick, welcome to the live stream studios.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for having us tonight, Tim.
You are welcome. Who do we have here with you?
This is my little 1.5-year-old Camila.
All right. Hey, we'll just check with Gabe and make sure your mic is on. Try it again.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can now. So welcome. There we go. We'll start again.
No,
so
good.
tell the folks who's with you.
This is my little 1.5-year-old Camila.
She just definitely sets the record as the youngest interviewee here at CVCA Live
That's
Stream.
what we were going for.
Excellent.
Happy to do it.
Very good stuff. Well, it's been a little over a week, Coach. And has it set in yet about what this team accomplished this year?
Yeah, no, it's definitely starting to. Obviously, anytime you bow out of the tournament, doesn't matter if it's the first round or a state semifinal, you're going to be disappointed. So we definitely were feeling that for the first number of days. But the more removed we get, the more perspective you start to gain. And obviously for our group and for us, really excited and proud of the season that the boys had for sure.
Absolutely. Well, your coaching career got its start long before CVCA, if I've done my homework right.
Yeah.
And Ben Miller and John Young do a good job helping me do some homework. So in the college ranks after a professional playing career, what was it that drew you back to CVCA?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I always said that if I ever coached a high school team, the only high school team I've ever coached was CVCA. Obviously, it's my alma mater.
You came from here.
Yeah, but I probably would not have guessed that would have been as soon as it was back in 2021.
Why is that?
It's home. That's the easiest way to put it. And it's a program that impacted me a lot as a student, and even before I was a student, as a young kid growing up, watching the team play. The coaches that I had while I was here, the teammates that I had, made an incredible impact on my life through my late childhood and early adult days, and still to this day. So when the opportunity came, the timing was definitely perfect, and I made the jump.
And you made a jump from New Hampshire, right?
Correct.
You were
Yep,
coaching
University
at
of New Hampshire.
Yes.
Which again, if you look at it on paper, and it speaks to, again, the impact that a place like CVCA makes in a lot of different facets. But I was, you were a top 15 Division I soccer program, and I left that to go take a high school soccer
that was
job.
my next question. So you're at the really the pinnacle of your young career, and you come back to CVCA. But you are an alum. You follow in the footsteps of a number of other alums who have come back to coach the boys soccer program. Mm-hmm. What is it that's so special about CVCA soccer that drew you back?
I think, simply put, it's the relationships. For me, like I was talking about, I was so impacted by my high school coach, who, if listeners don't know or viewers don't know, was Jason Spodnik, who's now head of school here.
He's a pretty important guy.
Yeah, but
we've had him up here for a couple times.
And he was a great coach, and it was incredibly important for my experience. And then again, also the relationships I built and the friends that I had made it an incredible experience. So when thinking about the type of, or the main reason that I wanted to come back here, was to hopefully give guys that I coach while I'm at CVCA the opportunity to have a similar experience.
So talk about that experience a little bit. So CVCA is now, I believe, in year 56 or 57 as a school. The first soccer season was back in 1970.
Yeah.
So we're talking about this is Team 30 for football. Football came much later here at CVCA.
Sure. I was here for year one of football. I was
you were
around.
Okay.
No doubt.
So it's been fun with the football. Big game tonight.
Yeah.
But soccer's been around from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And this year you made it to the state semis. You won the regional semifinal. We put the slide up there.
Oh, cool.
You hadn't done that for a long time, but 10 times the Royals have done that.
No doubt there's a rich history of CVCA teams, and I was fortunate enough to play on a number of those.
But it had been a while, right?
But it had been a long time, and for sure. And so, that's where it was so cool to have that experience this year with this group. It was definitely their experience, and I was happy for them to get that feeling of a deep tournament run and winning close games and coming from behind and things like that, because those are special experiences, and it really binds you and bonds you closer together as a team. I know that was a huge part of the relationships that became so strong were because we fought and grinded through tough tournament games together.
Did you feel like when you came back you had a rebuilding project on your hands, or maybe rebuilding culture as opposed to more rebuilding the program?
Yeah, it's just a different culture altogether in high school athletics these days. So it was definitely different. I think it was a much different culture and experience than I was maybe even ready for coming in. I really had to try to understand, how high school boys work and operate.
Right.
I thought I had an idea.
You were one once,
exactly.
but you hadn't coached them.
I thought I had an idea, but it definitely took some adjustment. But again, credit to guys over the time I've been the coach here, year after year. We've had great groups of boys who have really bought into what we're trying to do, and that is most importantly, be a really strong team and build really strong relationships and push each other and work hard. And it's really not even about the results in the end. It's about pushing each other to be better every day.
How better, like what?
In all areas of life, on the field for sure, but just as importantly off the field, in our relationships with each other and our relationships with the Lord. We really, really want to invest in each other and be important people in each other's lives, hopefully much longer than we're here at CVCA.
That's great. Well, in 2024, you had a respectable team that was 11-5-1. You graduated 6 seniors. At what point did you have an indication that there was something special with this 2025 team?
It was probably when we came back and tied Padua mid-year, who was the team we obviously ended up coming back and then beating in the district final later on. But up until that point, we were a team that, like you said, we lost a lot the year before, and we're kind of trying to figure out who we were and who we were going to be. We were really concentrated, again, on building a team, though, and that was what we've been preaching to the guys since January is, hey, we want to invest in each other, push each other, work hard together each and every day, make each other better on and off the field, and we'll see what happens. And as that season carried on, and as that Padua game happened, and then having games like beating Western Reserve for the first time since I've been the coach here, and that leading into our playoff run, once that WRA game happened, I knew we had a team that could beat anybody.
You had a great guy in the back, Alex Odd, All-State.
Yep.
Talk about him.
Obviously an awesome player and is being awarded in a way that shows that, but even more than that, a really awesome person, very humble, and all the seniors this year. I mentioned it to the team as we ended this week. I never had one of these seniors complain about their role, complain about playing time. They were selfless. They did whatever the team asked. They're a great group of guys who have really strong relationships with each other, and I think it was a huge reason for why we were so successful this year. But Alex obviously is had a great season and a huge reason why we were.
And how about Nick Myers in the playoffs?
No doubt. Yep, scoring our last 5 goals of the season there. Some big ones in some big moments. And another kid who would do whatever is asked for the team. He's a defender by trait and played up top this year for really the first time, and obviously had some really special moments in the tournament.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? When you were announced as the 11th head coach at CVCA in the history of the boys soccer program, I read John Young's quote. He said, Nick will undoubtedly continue to build upon the wonderful tradition that already exists while putting his own unique stamp on the program. Well, I think it's safe to say his prediction came to full fruition this season.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. And I appreciate the athletic staff is great here. They do a fantastic job of supporting us, and I've really been appreciative of them.
Well, how do you bask in the glory of 2025, and what do you do for an encore?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, in some ways we've moved on to next year already. We've met with the returning guys for next year and talked about kind of, where we've finished, but again, who we want to continue to become. We're never a finished product, whether we win the state title or not. There's always the ability to continue to improve and get better because we're never going to hit perfection. We're never going to hit perfection in our relationships. We're never going to hit perfection in our faith as players. So we're always kind of looking for what's next and finding ways to keep improving and getting better. So we're in a lot of ways on to the next.
It's a good thing there was one perfect person.
Yeah, that no doubt about it.
That's why we're all here at CVCA.
Absolutely.
The Lord Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
Well, Nick Thompson, congratulations on an amazing season.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing your daughter here.
Thank you.
And
for
I have
having
a
us,
feeling
Tim.
the resurgence of CVCA soccer is just getting started.
Yep, we hope so for sure.
All right. Well, thanks for being our guest here at halftime at CVCA. Halftime at the CVCA and Akron East regional semifinals. The Royals leading tonight at halftime 24-0. We'll be back with more at halftime in just a few moments.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to let the guys help you out. Thank you so much. It was great to have Nick Thompson here at halftime. With great regrets, we missed our opportunity to talk and see the CVCA marching band, but they did a great job here tonight. We're going to zip through Royals to the next level as halftime is zipping right on by. You can see the scoreboard, about a minute and a half to go. And so Trey Trucker for CVCA as an alum is with the Las Vegas Raiders. He's got 4 touchdowns on the season, and he's up next on Monday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys. Ricky Levak's playing at Mount Union. They finish up their season tomorrow against Muskegon, looking to cap off another undefeated season. Ricky had another interception, his 3rd of the season last week. Against the Pioneers of Mount Union, that's where Brandon Riley is playing, a former CVCA Royals offensive lineman. Number 18, Wheaton, improved to 7-2 in the season last week with a 61-14 demolition of Milliken. Sets up a win-and-in situation this weekend against North Park. JT Nichols has supplanted himself in the offensive line as a starter there at Wheaton, and they're looking to advance to the playoffs next week in Division III. The Worcester Scots were on the short end of a 59-0 score a week ago against number 15 DePauw, but it would mark the end of the fantastic career for Jordan Lewis, CVCA graduate of 2022. He finished his career at DePauw with 1,182 yards and 11 touchdowns. Congratulations, J-Lou. And then David Grimes got his 2nd start of the season with Worcester Polytech WPI against Merchant Marine last week. Unfortunately, the Engineers fell to 2-7 in that contest. Grimes and WPI wrap up their season tomorrow against Salve Regina, and then it'll be on to wrestling season for Grimes, the 2-sport CVCA alum. Logan Scranton is the last of the CVCA alums playing college football this season. He's playing with Indiana Wesleyan, and the Indiana Wesleyan team is looking to wrap up an automatic bid to the NAIA playoffs. They are 8-2, and they finish up their season tomorrow in Michigan on the road at Siena Heights University in Adrian, Michigan. Now we're going to move forward to this day in Royals history, and tonight is the first ever game on November 14th. So we're going to take a little poetic license with this day in Royals history and call it This Week in Royals History. And even with that deviation from the norm, there aren't many games to choose from this late in the year. In fact, the Royals have only played 4 games in their history on November 8th or later, going 2-2. Tonight we'll look back just over a year to the biggest win in Royal Stadium history, just 1 year removed from the embarrassing 42-0 shutout loss in the opening round of the 2023 OHSAA playoffs at Chardon. The Royals earned the number 3 seed in 2024, and they made quick work of University School in the first round and on to the Hilltoppers for a rematch in the second round. While it didn't start out well, CVCA took the lead in a back-and-forth game that came right down to the wire, and Joey Kopech and Charlie Levac connected with just over a minute to go to give the Royals a 19-16 victory. And you see Kopech running into the end zone on this day in Royals history, November 8th, 2024. And we're looking to see if we've got some halftime. We do not have any halftime highlights. We will have some highlights post-game, I promise you. And we don't have much time for halftime highlights. Anyway, it was great to have Nick Thompson up here, but we're getting ready for second half action here as we wrap up the Signs 330 halftime report. You are tuned into CVCA Live Stream's coverage of the OHSAA Regional Semifinal in Division III, Region Number 9. CVCA leading the Akron East Dragons 24-3 at the half. Want to go grab the pizza and bring it back in? We're doing some housework here as we move things around in the small confines here as we reset up after the interview with Nick Thompson. You heard me talk about Farinacci's Pizza, and we want to say thank you once again to Farinacci's Pizza for providing us our pregame meal here. Farinacci's with 3 locations in Brecksville, Hudson, and Nordonia. Get on out and support Farinacci Pizza at farinaccipizza.com. Welcome back. The second half about ready to get underway here at Royal Stadium. Luke McQuillan out to get the opening kickoff of the second half. The Royals will go right to left, rather left to right here in the second half to start the third quarter. McQuillan steps up and he's going to pooch it. It's going to bounce and be fielded in a big hit right there on the opening kick on Levance Bratton, who got one step onto the ground and then was made to be horizontal instead of vertical. East will get the ball to start the second half, and they have had a couple of drives that have penetrated into the Royals' red zone, one all the way down to the 3-yard line. But as we look at the first half stats, we bring them up here. The big thing is the penalty yards, 42. It's not a lot, but so many crucial penalties. Royals 192 yards in the first half, 126, 114 yards passing for East, but the penalties have just killed 2 drives as we start the second half here. East first down and 10. They'll start with Ingram, who will look to pass again. He's got time. He throws over the middle, and it's caught. 11 yards on the pickup. Emmanuel Jefferson on the catch. And so they move the sticks to the Dragons on the first play of the second half. They'll spot the ball on the 46-yard line. Dragons get out of the huddle with 15 seconds to go on the play clock. They had at least 4 delay of game penalties in the first half and a couple of timeouts to avert additional penalties. Empty set. It was the most successful set in the first half. Ingram flushed, throws, and this one is incomplete. He was under pressure. Was looking for number 8, Anthony Felding, the transfer from St. Vincent St. Mary. Reed Jones was in there on the coverage for CVCA, and you can see him with the dive right there to break that pass attempt up. Second down and 10. Just underway here in the second half. Ingram has Cherry to his left and just behind him. Quick pass play, complete. And this is another first down. On the catch is Terrell Wharton Jr., and he'll move the sticks again all the way down to the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39-yard line. So a couple of first downs right out of the gate for the Dragons from Akron East. We mentioned best year in school history, 10 wins, first time ever for East. Tunnel screen, complete. And they got the ball to their playmaker, Emmanuel Jefferson. He's close to another first down.
Pass complete to number 1, Emmanuel Jefferson.
They'll mark him just a yard short. Second and 1. This team with 5 players with scholarship offers to play college football next year. There is talent on this Dragons team. Empty. Ingram Quick pass, far side. It's complete, and the Royals are right there. It will not pick up the first down yardage that was required.
Pass complete number 3,
Terrell Kareem Jr. on the catch. Paul Tepley in there on the tackle for the Royals. And now it's third down. This has been the other issue for the Dragons. They get close. But penalties and just being stymied and stuffed when they have opportunities was the story of their first half. So 3rd and 2. Royals fans making noise. Ingram once again gets a low snap. He's got some time. Now he's flushed. He's going to run, and he'll get the first down, or will he? He's going to be a half a yard short. It's 4th down. He needed 2. He got a yard and a half. Dirk Geiger in there on the tackle. And Geiger, like a laser beam, right to the quarterback, Ingram. And now, 4th down and a yard.
Royal fans, it's 4th down.
Down 24-0. Ingram trying to move the sticks. Play clock down to 5. It's a run play to Jefferson, and Jefferson's got to be stopped. The end around gets nothing. And CVCA forces Akron East off the field once again. They turn it over on downs. Dirk Geiger in there on the tackle again. The Royals defense was not fooled. Wesley Keeler and Geiger collapsed on Jefferson, and the Royals take over with 8:31 to go here in the 3rd quarter. First possession of the 2nd half for CVCA. Pitch play, cuts upfield. Good run on the first play. It looked like Zach Anderson. Ball came out, but it was at the end of the play, knocked out of his grasp as he hit the ground. The ground cannot cause a fumble. Actually, it was Wesley Keeler on the carry. Keeler wears 6, Anderson wears 8, and from this distance, sometimes a little difficult to tell them apart. Second down and 3 for the Royals. Run play again, and this is going to be close to the first down. It may be about a half a yard short. 3rd down for the Royals coming up. That was Nick Schober on the carry for CVCA. Third down and about a foot. Royals up 24-0. Levac under center. Dive play up the middle. It won't get much, but it will move the sticks. The drive will continue for CVCA.
On the carry for the Royals,
it was Wesley Keeler once again.
That's good for the Royals. First down.
The Royals 24 running plays tonight, just 5 pass plays. CVCA, who will run it 87% of the time. Not changing the recipe one bit. 3 touchdowns, a couple of extra points, 2-point conversion, and a safety. That's how the 24 is scored tonight. This is Anderson. He cuts upfield, but not much there that time. The big man for Akron East, Marcus Henderson, second in there on the tackle, number 56. 6'2", 245. Also in there was Nasir West. So it's 2nd and a long 9 for the Royals. Fast-moving 3rd quarter so far, almost to the halfway point. Levac rolls to his left. Now flush to the other side. Flag is down. This one will come back. Levac breaks out. He's going to gain about 6 before he runs into a host of Dragons on the sideline, but it's going to be a hold against CVCA. You can see that hold occurred right there. They got number 56 for the Royals as Levac was escaping Brady Martin. A little bit of a conference going on. Anthony Montana signals the penalty, and there's unsportsmanlike also on the Royals. So a second penalty against CVCA, and we'll see if they enforce both of them. And it looks like they will. And so 25 yards of penalties gets marked off against CVCA, and it's second down and Hudson for the first. All the way back to the 20-yard line. CVCA needs to make it to the 45, so it's second and 35. It has not been the crispest, is that a word? The most crisp game for CVCA tonight. And yet they lead 24-0. On second and 35, it's a run play. And they're going to gain about 7 or 8, maybe 10 as they keep going. So it was second and Hudson. Now it's third down and Stowe for the first.
Number 6, Wesley Keeler on the carry for CVCA.
Out to the 30-yard line. Officially third down and 25. The Royals have been content to run the ball tonight. Levac has completed a couple of passes. But after watching CVCA football for the length of time that we have, expect nothing more than a run right here, and they're going to get one. It's Kopech. He's going to gain about 4, maybe 5, actually 6. But it'll be fourth down and 19, and so the Royals will punt it away. A holding penalty followed by an unsportsmanlike conduct, and the Royals will come up empty on the first drive of the second half. Back deep is the speedster, Emmanuel Jefferson. It is Levac in punting formation for the Royals. Good snap, and the kick is booted away. Jefferson's going to let it bounce, and it's go right by him. He'll try and field it. He will. He'll pick it up on the 13-yard line. Still scooting out across the 20 to the 25. He'll get 12 of it back. But a net gain for CVCA of 39 yards. And you've got a Royal who's down. And it's Dirk Geiger for CVCA. Geiger, a stalwart on defense. He's got 3 touchdown catches this season from a tight end spot. And so this would be a concerning injury for the Royals as they look at continuing the season. 4:21 to go here in the third quarter. No score in this third quarter so far. The Royals leading 24-0. Geiger is to his feet, and it looks like he's going to be all right. Able to walk off under his own power. Little bit of a limp, but looks like he'll be all right. It's a pat on the head and the helmet from head coach Nick Cook, and now a run to the sideline. So East had another good drive, but could not finish the third time tonight on their first chance with it in the second half. They'll start out this one from the 25-yard line. Ball is on the ground. Now it's sent to the near side. and airmailed over Emmanuel Jefferson. Just chaos on that play.
Fielding's pass intended for number 1, Emmanuel Jefferson.
That's what we had here.
From number 26, Reed Jones.
So you had a bad snap, a pitch play to the halfback, and an airmailed pass over Jefferson's head. Not sure if that's how they drew it up, but that means 2nd down and 10 is what it means. So a pass from Anthony Fielding. Fielding does have 8 pass attempts on the season, so not unprecedented that he would try and pass it there. Now more conventional. Ingram, the quarterback, throws long again, looking for a couple of receivers out there. A flag is down, so the ball was broken up. Flag came down about 20 yards in front of where that play, or behind where that play took place. And we wait for the call. It was a late flag. Pass interference against CVCA. The hometown fans not happy with that call. But it's going to be a 1st down for East. They mark off 15 yards against CVCA. So new life for the Dragons once again. Looking to get any kind of a spark, down 24-0. And a bad snap all the way back to the 20. Ingram still tries to get it, finally falls on it, and he's lucky to keep possession right there, and he may be hurt. Ingram rolling around. Oh, this is bad news for the senior. The young man with offers to defiance. And Ashland in agony. Over and a penalty. As the coaching staff and the trainers are out in the field. Did not appear that any Royals were near there. The concern is for Marlon Ingram Jr., who has played admirably tonight and had an outstanding senior season. And this is just gut-wrenching. 1,919 yards coming into the season, or into the game tonight on the season. He's 10 of 18 for 146 yards tonight. He has played his heart out. And that was just a terrible snap. He went back to retrieve it, and the injury appeared to happen as he tried to dive on the ball and retain possession, which he did. So we wait and see if he'll be able to get off the field under his own power. But if this is the end of the high school career for Marlon Ingram, he's had a remarkable 2 seasons, over 1,500 yards passing a year ago. A couple of City Series championships under his direction, 3 in a row as a player on this East team. He's one of the guys who stayed with the program. And Marcus Hayes, the head coach, 14 years with Akron East, talked about getting guys in and guys who will lead and stay. He is a leader and has been, and the helmet being carried to the sideline. This is just unfortunate here for this young man. Once again, recapping tonight, the Royals scored first on their opening drive as Ingram is finally getting to his feet, and he's going to need assistance getting off the field. Applause from both sides tonight. You hate to see this. If this is the end for Ingram, we can only hope that it's a minor injury and it will not hamper his opportunity to continue on at the next level. As you're saying, Kopech scored first for CVCA. The Royals were stopped on their next drive but punted it down to the 1-yard line and got a safety In the second quarter, CVCA scored again. A 21-yard run to the end zone after a turnover to go up 16-0, and then a passing touchdown from CVCA's Charlie Levac to Carter Walkley. It was the record setter for Levac, the most touchdowns in Royals history. And now Akron East down 24-0 is looking to a backup quarterback, and it should be Emmanuel Jefferson. Reverse play. They wanted to pass it, and it's knocked down. So some trickeration on second down and second and 40. Kopech said no thank you. You see the replay right there. So it was a loss of 15 yards on the fumbled snap, and then a 15-yard penalty for the unsportsmanlike conduct, which was on the bench. And now a timeout on third down and 40 for Akron East. Well, that timeout means we've got another opportunity to say thank you to one of the folks that helps us bring these games to you. We want to tell you a little bit about our friends at Shade Tree Solar. Harness the power of energy from the sun. Homeowners are struggling with rising cost of living. Utility companies are charging a small fortune every month, and it's only going to go up. That's where solar power comes in. Solar offers you a stable monthly cost that will never go up in price, even with inflation. This means you'll no longer be at the mercy of the power company. Take advantage of the 30% tax credit, which expires at the end of the year. Build equity and lower your monthly bills. Choose Shade Tree Solar, an expert team with personalized support. Check them out online or call 440-261-2322. You can email Luke at shadetreesolar.net. Thank you to our friends at Shade Tree Solar for their support of CVCA Livestream. Third down and 40 after the timeout for Akron East. Without their quarterback. And it looks like it is number 8. And the ball is loose again. The Dragons going backwards further. Got out of their shadow of their own end zone. Take the flag marker down. You watch it again. Another bad snap into the end zone, and just barely getting out of the end zone was Felding. It is fourth down and forever. Fourth down and 49. That is not a misprint. The Dragons will punt. Back deep to kick is number 21, Terrell Wharton Jr. Zach Anderson stands on his 31-yard line. Wharton with his heels on the back of the end zone. The snap is good. The rush is on. He gets it away. And Anderson is not going to field that one. It's going to bounce and roll out to the 41-yard line. Still rolling to the 42 and to the 43. So 42 yards on the punt. And the Royals will take over first and 10 from the Akron East 43-yard line. 2:24 to go in a scoreless third quarter. Both teams have had third and fourth down and forever on the last two drives. We'll see if the Royals can get some positive yardage. And the defense is coming up big. The team's pretty much shooting themselves in the foot in this third quarter. (24-0) Royals on top. Out in Canton, VASJ has extended their lead to 32-0. Tommy Kopech, his first carry of the night, gets to the far sideline, close to a first down. Out of bounds. And he will get the first down. And now another stoppage on the far side. We'll get the binoculars out, see what's happening over there. It's an injured Royal on the far sideline. and it is Kopech. Tommy Kopech is down, and it looks like it's a cramp. They're trying to work out a cramp on the right leg. And so we'll pause here. A choppy third quarter. Royals will have first down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Kopech is up, and he'll make his way across the field. It is a cool night tonight. We mentioned Kopech has been in on every defensive play. It was his first offensive carry of the night. Tommy Kopech has had a productive sophomore season as a running back. He's carried the ball 52 times for 442 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's going to try and stretch out the cramp in that right leg. Meanwhile, the Royals drive will continue. First down and 10 from the 32. Levac under center. Single man in motion. Levac looks to pass, throws toward the end zone. He's got a man out there. It's shy of the end zone, but caught and down at the 1-yard line. 31 yards on the pitch and catch. Levac to Zach Anderson. The Royals have it first down and goal to go. You see it coming into your living room. Anderson with the catch. Marked down on the 1. On coverage for Akron East was Levance Bratton. We'll see if they give it to Anderson again. Kopech in the center of the backfield formation. Charlie Levac on the keeper. He's going to lunge to the end zone, and he's in for a touchdown. CVCA. Charlie Levac into the end zone for the Royals, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. The Royals go up 30-0, and it will be a running clock for the 10th time this season for CVCA in 11 games. They wind the clock. Luke McQuillan out there to kick the extra point as the clock runs, up 30-0. This will make it 31. Snap down kick is blocked, and so it will not make it to 31. The first missed extra point since the very first try back in August against Canton South. So McQuillan's streak of 54 consecutive extra points is broken, but the Royals' lead is 30-0 here with 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. With a 30-point differential, it'll be running clock time again for the 10th time in 11 games this season as the Royals are up big, heading to a championship regional final matchup against VASJ next week. The big play on that drive, the pass play from Charlie Levac to Zach Anderson, 31 yards, down to the 1-yard line. Levac with the touchdown lunge. Royals looking to win their 12th consecutive game. Check that, their 11th consecutive game. To go undefeated here at Royal Stadium for the first time since 2020. Jefferson back deep. McQuillan will kick off, and Jefferson will range over. It won't be him, it'll be Bratton who will return. Gets out to the 20-yard line before he's repelled. Chiron Fikes in there on the tackle for CVCA. Don Bickley also down there for the Royals. 1 second left and the clock runs out on the third quarter. 3 quarters in the book. 30-0 CVCA leading Akron East here at Royal Stadium. 12 minutes to go, and it'll be a quick 12 unless Akron East scores. And so we're going to quickly let you know one more time about your opportunity to support CVCA live stream. About 165, 166 broadcasts completed in the 6-year history of CVCA live stream. Professional production, 100% volunteer staffing. We have never taken a dime, but we do have expenses. What began during COVID has become a tradition here at CVCA, but it's not free. Video equipment, software expenses, and audio upgrades cost thousands of dollars per football season, and each year we've asked you to come and support what we're doing here at CVCA Livestream. Historically, before last year, this team absorbed all those costs, but for the first time a year ago, we partnered with CVCA to allow you to give directly to help support and offset these expenses. Your gifts to support CVCA Livestream are tax deductible. You can simply scan the QR code on the screen in front of you or visit the link on your screen. When you do give, note CVCA Livestream in the comments. We thank you for watching and supporting CVCA Livestream. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage tonight. It is our last broadcast of the football season. Royals will be on the road next week as it's first down and 10 for East. They wind the clock to start the fourth quarter. Tipped and almost intercepted the pass from Anthony Felding. And he transferred in from St. Vincent St. Mary. Had a little bit of quarterbacking in his background. He's going to finish up this one. We do encourage you to follow CVCA Livestream on social media, at CVCA Livestream on Facebook, X, and Instagram. We're going to have our winter sports coverage schedule out soon. We expect that our first broadcast will likely be the CVCA basketball home opener, the Silent Night game, on December the 12th. Another bad snap. Felding is crushed, and that is a ball that just trickles barely back to the line of scrimmage. And the size difference in these two rosters is evident here in the fourth quarter as you look on the far sideline. Just 34 players on the roster for this East team. Most of the starters going both ways, haven't left the field. And while the Royals have a number of two-way players themselves, right now that offensive line has kind of given up the ghost. Marlon Ingram Jr. had to leave the game due to injury after a bad snap. Felding just got planted. Third down and 10. Under pressure again, he throws to the far sideline, and it is incomplete, intended for number 21, Terrell Wharton Jr. Wharton, another one of the seniors for this Akron East team who's had a great career. And he's going to have an opportunity to play at the next level. Wharton, the leading receiver this year for this team. 26 catches coming into the game for 629 yards. 8 touchdown receptions. 15 Division I offers. It'll be interesting to see where he chooses to go next year. But right now, back in punt formation is Wharton again, who also does the kicking. And false start. They're going to have to march him back 5 more yards. The gunner on the near side got a head start in that one. And so march 5 more yards off against East. The 9th penalty for 62 yards against the East Dragons tonight. So Wharton will drop back. CVCA with Zach Anderson on the near side. And I believe that is Nick Schober on the far side. It's a wobbly kick in the direction of Schober, I believe. He'll take it on the 47-yard line, evades 1, heads upfield with some blockers, breaks a tackle, and is taken down on the 42-yard line. 11 yards on the return. CVCA set up first down and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Check that, the Akron East 42-yard line.
The UH Krasinski Sports Medicine Institute, your leader for sports medicine. Care for all athletes from Pee-wee to pro. For more information on the UH Krasinski.
With a running clock and a 30-point lead, we'll see who comes out for CVCA. It's the starting offensive unit. But it looks like Jackson Cruz is in. So the night for Charlie Levac is over. Starting offensive line still in. Will Perot, I believe, with the carry. Keeps the legs moving across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And the JV getting another opportunity to play here on a Friday night in the regional semifinal. CVCA has just dominated this season, including tonight now. First half scores in 11 games, 346-30. Cruz to Perot again. Perot, right side, trying to get the corner. He will not, though. Could not get upfield. Gains maybe one. It's third down for the Royals, 3rd and 4.
There for CVCA, number 11, Will Perot. Tripped up by number 1, Emmanuel Jefferson.
Once again, we thank you for tuning in tonight to CVCA live stream. We can tell you that you are part of the largest audience to ever watch a CVCA live stream sporting event. By far. You broke the record set 1 week ago and you smashed it. So we are thrilled that you were with us tonight. We hope you've enjoyed what we've brought to you. We do this every week for CVCA football at home. Basketball, hockey, and lacrosse coming up later on this season, this school year. The third down play is a dive up the middle. It's going to be close to the first down. The line is still scrumming forward, and it looks like the Royals will have it. They will. First down and 10. As the clock continues to grind away. 6 minutes to go in this one. The Royals are going to win their first regional semifinal. They'll have a chance to play for their first regional championship against Jeff Rotsky and a powerful VASJ football team next week. First down and 10 for the Royals from the 31-yard line. Run play to the left side. Down to the 31-yard line. Not much of a gain there, maybe one. I believe that was David Woodruff who got a carry right there for CVCA. Final score in from the pond. We mentioned hockey season got underway tonight, and the CVCA hockey team is 1-0. Comeback win 6-5 against Chagrin Falls tonight at the pond in regulation. Congratulations to David Vanderveer on his first victory as a CVCA head coach, taking over for the legendary Doug Fairchild. The Royals hockey team skates again Sunday night, 5 o'clock against Solon at Gilmore Academy. Get on out and support CVCA this weekend. Sunday, 5 o'clock at Gilmore against Solon Comets. Loss of 2 on that play, third down and 11. Stick around after the game. We'll have coverage from down on the field level, the CVCA alma mater. We'll have a tribute to these CVCA seniors from yours truly, the 17 of them, getting their 36th win as a group of seniors tonight in their 4 years. Penalty on that play. Flags down. Clock will continue to run down under 4 minutes. It's encroachment. Yet another penalty. On the Dragons. They march off 5 yards. It'll be third down and 6. I'm looking over at Sean Mosher. We got post-game highlights coming up. He says, yes, we do, so stick around for those as well. On the third down play, the Royals pick up about 4. They needed 6. They'll keep the offense on the field and keep the clock running.
Junior David Woodruff on the carry for CVCA.
David Woodruff on that carry. 4th down and 2. From the 23-yard line, CVCA's Jackson Cruz under center. Right side handoff, and the Royals will not get it. They'll turn it over on downs. Change of possession will happen with about 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And East will have one more chance to try and get something on the board tonight. Down 30-0, 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in this contest. The East Dragons will finish the best season in school history with a mark of 10-3. Again, congratulations to Coach Marcus Hayes and his Dragons. Another Akron City Series championship, 7th since he took over the program back in 2012. 3rd straight. They swept the Akron City Series opponents this season. For the first time in school history, 2 playoff wins, Benedictine and the Hawken Hawks a week ago. But tonight, the Royals just too much. It's a run play to the far side. Jefferson getting a few more to add to his totals. Again, he showed burst of speed tonight.
The Dragons brought down by number 21 of the Royals, Caleb Warren.
Caleb Warren gets a call out with a tackle, the freshman for CVCA. There's those out-of-town scores. We'll get those updated. Let's bring the game back. Long pass play as we come back on. It is caught down to the 25-yard line. Apologies for those technical difficulties. Big pass completion. Under a minute to go. The Royals defense going to try and hold Akron East out of the end zone and maintain the shutout here.
Number 21, Terrell Wharton Jr.
Terrell Wharton Jr. on that catch.
1st and 10 for the Dragons.
35 yards on the pickup. 1st down and 10 with 30 seconds to go from the 25-yard line. Potentially the final play of the contest. Felding in at quarterback now. The lefty looks to pass. He's going to throw it toward the end zone. It is too far, incomplete. One more play at least.
Number 4, Lawrence Bratton.
They were looking for Lawrence Bratton. The crowd coming to its feet. So you watch the replay one more time. And the clock winds out. It was the last play of the game. The running clock does not allow for another play, and the Royals will play for a regional championship next Friday night. Final score 30-0. A shutout for CVCA. It is their 4th shutout on the season for the Royals in 11 games. Congratulations to the Royals, undefeated here at home. And for the first time in school history, they will play for the regional championship, CVCA, with a date next Friday night against VASJ, the Vikings, at a site to be determined. Once again, make sure you're following CVCA Athletics and CVCA Livestream on social media to get informed as soon as that location is announced. So we're going to try and get some out-of-town scores updated here. As you watch what's happening on the field, we're going to have a chance to send it down to the camera of T-Fizz Tony Carter, who will try and collect some of the post-game festivities and some of the audio from down on the field, the alma mater with the band in the east end zone. And before we do that, Again, wanted to say congratulations to Akron East as well on a outstanding season. 10 wins for the first time in school history. Marcus Hayes, the bitter taste for his Dragons in their mouth tonight, but they've got nothing to hang their heads about. Just a great season for the East Dragons.
Congratulations, man. I'm incredibly proud of you guys. All right, wrote something down here.
As you watch what's happening down on the field, we'll see if we can bring the audio back up there. Gabe will give you some instructions. Just go ahead and give that at 75%. You got it?
You're on this
turn up that volume.
All right, so hey, it's 12 straight on this football field.
Yeah. We're going to give the audio down the field.
Gentlemen, hey, listen up here. Obviously, we're going to be leaving home to go finish this thing off. Yes, sir. All right, but listen, wherever they announce that this game is at, I hope they announce it's in a parking lot somewhere. That's what I hope. Okay? No matter where this is at, though, hey, when you arrive there, you're on the doorstep, seniors. When you arrive there, you're on the doorsteps. The goal is to leave with that regional championship trophy. Gentlemen, couldn't be more proud of you. All right, but let's be ready to lock into this thing right away in the morning. All right, get right back at it. One of you seniors, pop up here and pray.
You heard Coach Nick Cook say they're right on the doorstep as the team bows their head in prayer. CVCA on the doorstep of history, making history, charting new waters here tonight and in this 2025 season.
Sing that song! Yeah!
Mighty Royals, keep your head up high. Fly with honor, give your best to shout this battle.
1, 2, 3!
Fight song sung.
I did.
And now for the alma mater down on the field. CVCA marching band with the tradition this year to put a period on the experience here tonight at Royal Stadium. A new tradition in CVCA football history. This season, the alma mater introduced for the first time. It's the doxology. Again, pointing to the Lord Jesus Christ, the reason that CVCA exists, to educate and cultivate servants of Christ.
I appreciate all of y'all. We appreciate all of y'all.
The Royals giving a thank you performance, as it were, tonight. While he's giving us applause as the alma mater comes to you.
No, it's not.
CVCA's marching. Final thoughts on the CVCA senior class. Go ahead and roll them. And here they come. Royals got it started tonight with Joey Kopech, the first touchdown of the evening for CVCA, a 10-yard jaunt into the end zone. 7-0 CVCA. Those are all the points the Royals would eventually need, although they had to battle in that first half. After punting it down to the 1-yard line, the defense came up big and forced this safety, made it 9-0. A big fumble here after a turnover on a punt for CVCA. The Royals got it right back, and in one play, into the end zone they went. Wesley Keeler with a 21-yard touchdown. It was 16-0 Royals. You watch it again coming into your living room. Keeler, the senior, into the end zone, his 8th touchdown of the season. After a 31-yard pass play to Zach Anderson, the Royals punched it in on a 2-point conversion, actually, on that play. Here's a big pass play. One of the highlights of the night for the East Dragons, but they could not convert. And then Charlie Levac set the school record with his touchdown pass to Carter Walkley. Two-point conversion made it 24-0. And then in the second half, one final score tonight made it 30-0. The final here from Royal Stadium. As the marching band makes its walk by, now we're going to take a moment, or I'm going to take a moment, and have some thoughts on the CVCA senior class that has just been remarkable here in these last 4 years. They'll walk off the Royals Stadium field tonight one last time as the winningest senior class in the history of the program. 7-4 as freshmen in the first-round playoff loss, but it was the year that Joey Kopech burst on the scene, getting the call on the gotta-have-it 4th and 7 in the final drive against Canton South, and he did get it and more. It set the stage for the remarkable overtime victory on a 5-touchdown night by Kyle Snyder. But there would have been no heroics for the legendary Royals senior if Kopech hadn't come through on 4th in the game as a freshman. The other enduring memory from that first year, the emergence of Charlie Football. He wasn't yet the record-setting quarterback. Back then, he was a mid-year injury replacement in the secondary, and all he did was keep intercepting passes. 6 of them in all. You thought they'd break the record and then some, but defense was just a temporary stopover for the future Royals signal caller. And as we pause here, I'll tell Gabe that we'll take that final score off because it says Geneva. I'm not sure why that is left over from last week, but the Royals defeating Akron East here tonight. Well, as heartbreaking as that playoff loss was the freshman year to Aurora, it just fueled this group for what was to come. Sophomores, they opened up with a tough loss at home to Streetsboro. It was the last time Levac was not number 1 on the quarterback depth chart. They won 8 of the next 9 games victorious. The only other blemish on the schedule was a shootout loss to Poochie Snyder and Canton South. Turns out both Streetsboro and Canton South were pretty good that year. They both went undefeated. Young guys like Wesley Keeler and Dirk Geiger started to get their first real taste of Friday Night Lights, and a young core of future linemen kept honing their trade as Brady Martin, Ben Truax, and Gabe Couchman could see the future. The good feelings of an 8-2 regular season came to a screeching halt on a cool autumn night up in the snow belt as Chardon put a whooping on CVCA, 42-0. A reminder that this group had not yet truly arrived. Junior year came, and it started off wobbly. Streetsboro ran all over the Royals in week 1, but CVCA's defense got the message. No one has run on the Royals like that since. Week 2 saw CVCA lose again in agonizing fashion. Lake Catholic came into Royal Stadium and dominated the Royals, who turned it over 6 times, but something clicked that night. It was the last time this group would lose a game at home. From that point onward, the group won 10 straight games. They swept the Pac schools, their former conference mates, and became the first CVCA team to win 10 games in a season. Braden Harris emerged as a formidable threat in the passing game. Nick Schober became a short yardage back, and it seemed all he did was score touchdowns. The home slate featured a rematch with Chardon in the playoffs, the subject of today's This Day in Royals history, and this time, the Royals came out on top. The biggest win at home in school history at the time. But looking back now, somehow it seems like it might just be another chapter for this group. 17 seniors in all. Sure, the Royals went out the next week, but it took an all-time performance by the Gilmore quarterback to turn the lights out on their junior season. What do you do for an encore? Just go undefeated for the first time in school history. Have the best defense in school history. Have a top 3 offense in school history. Undefeated at home for the first time since 2020. A school record 11-game winning streak, winners of 21 of their last 22 games, 36 wins overall in 4 years with an opportunity for more. A chance to win a regional championship for the first time. It's been an amazing run, and we've been blessed to cover it here at CVCA Livestream. The Royals will play for a regional championship and a chance to advance to states next week on Friday night at a neutral site to be determined, either, against VASJ. Victorious tonight against Canfield. Make sure you follow CVCA Athletics on social media accounts for details of the location and the hours and days to come. Now, as we sign off for the final time in the fall of 2025, our 6th season of CVCA football coverage coming to a close, we've got to say thanks to a fully volunteer team that brought you the coverage tonight. The director tonight was Gabe Laurie. And there he is. Steve Bader manned the camera up high for us tonight. And there he is. Thank you, Steve. 6 games on the camera this week. You did a great job. T-Fizz, Tony Carter, with all the roaming on the sideline. Fizz, you're the best. Daniel Smith joined us tonight on stats. First timer tonight. Did a great job, Daniel. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And Sean Mosher was in the house on replay for us tonight. Sean, always the best. And a huge thank you to the guys who helped out all season as well. Senior Consultant Director John Powell. Our IT expert and my right-hand man for 6 seasons. We call him the Doctor, Chad Darr. Zach Nichols, who remotely ran replay all the way from West Lafayette, Indiana in Week 4. And CVCA alum Cody Anderson, who joined us for a pair of games. These broadcasts don't happen without the efforts of this fantastic group. And finally, thank you to our amazing CVCA athletic staff. Athletic Director Dr. John Young, Associate Athletic Director Jason Herblay, Sports Information Director Ben Miller, as well as Tracy Eck and Amber Martin. One final time this year from Royals Stadium, the final score tonight, CVCA 30, Akron East nothing. The Royals play for their first ever regional championship next Friday night. My name is Tim Nichols. We thank you for watching. So long, everybody. Make sure you have a great weekend. It's a wrap.